When people do you wrong, they lose out on money. They lose out on assets. Their stability in their life is shaken up. Some of you are like, well, money's not that important. Well, it kind of is when your whole livelihood is basically tied to the amount of money that you make or the resources that you have. Certain people close out cycles in your life. They come into your life and they think they're just going to wreak havoc. They're just going to do whatever they want with no consequences. And usually it seems like that at first value. People get exposed when they're in a connection with you. Sometimes there's like a level of uncertainty where you don't know if you can trust them. You don't know if, they're going to do you right. So you give them the benefit of doubt. You give them the benefit of doubt and then they betray you or they do something to break your trust or to just harm you in some way. And then you end up grieving them. You grieve them. You temper your emotions and your feelings about them. And then you put your guard up with this sword. Once you put your guard up, you put all that energy, time, and effort that you were connected to other people back towards yourself. You rest, you retreat, and you contemplate. Meanwhile, what happens on the other end is these people that do you wrong, it seems like they start to rack up more resources. It seems like everything works out in their favor. It seems like everything is on the up and up on the other person's life. And it's the universe's way of meticulously designing their downfall. They make sure that the other person gets everything that they want, if it is what they want, and then they rip the rug right from under them. It's one thing to lose assets, but it's another thing to build your whole life up into everything that you want and then lose it all. That hurts way more. In the universe's eyes, it's like we have to hurt this person where it's actually going to affect them. And people that wound you and think they're going to get away with it, and they think that they've, walked away unscathed, they don't actually know that they're sitting on a ticking time bomb. And meanwhile, your restraint actually has more power and value than you know. And everything that is ripped out from under them energetically comes back to you. That's why people get shocked and they're like, why is it that when I broke up with the viewer, it seemed like their life was going downhill initially and now I'm the one that's at rock bottom? It's because the universe kind of grants you everything that you ask for and everything that you deserve once you start loving yourself. That is a key. The key is to love yourself, is to temper your emotions, regardless of how you feel about somebody, regardless of whether you love them or not. If they're not reciprocating, if they're not respecting you, if they're not valuing you, you need to temper that love elsewhere and turn it back towards self. Just like me, I kept having dreams about this ex that I've been with like years ago. And I wasn't really sure why until I got a phone call from someone basically just trying to give me the tea saying, hey, this person, they got evicted. They are losing everything. They're in a domestic violence situation. I was like, domestic violence? Like, I was just shocked. And I realized that I actually dodged the bullet because I didn't experience those type of things with that person, but whoever they were with next has to walk on eggshells, or the person I was with at the time was walking on eggshells because of the fact that they were with somebody that just did not check their boxes. Whatever they thought they were going to get out of the connection, they did not get it. They could not hold in the rage of everything in their life going downhill, and they ultimately took that anger out on their partner. This is basically what you're escaping. You don't know everything that you just got saved from. So when you're lacking in faith, when you're feeling hopeless, when you feel like people don't resonate with you or they don't value you, let them walk away. Let them walk away because they're going to be the ones lacking faith. You're going to boss up. They're going to think about all the moments they had with you and how perfect it was and how life was easy at some point in time, because when you're in people's lives, you make their life easier. It's easier for them to build. It's easier for them to gain opportunities. They're getting all their wishes granted. All of their needs are fulfilled. Like, what else do they have to really complain about? And then they get greedy. That's what happens. When people don't value you, they get greedy and they either try to get more out of you or they try to have multiple things at the same time that does not resonate. But trust and believe, once you disconnect and you take your power back, it is like the beginning of the end for those people. And they leave themselves in this energy of stalemate. They end up being stuck for years, even stuck on their own choices, stuck on their lack of discernment, stuck on the fact that maybe they thought they can get away with cheating, third parties, having multiple people, having multiple scenarios, stuck on the fact that they can't make money or have resources the same way that they did before. Because here's the thing, even if they make the resources, even if they build their life up, if they did you wrong at a point where it was severe or it affected your mental health or it just affected your livelihood, if it affected your kids, if you have any, oh man, are they going to pay? Yes, they are. You're going to be moving forward, and everything that they attempted to take from you is going to be taken from them energetically. So yes, you do the work to boss up. That's for sure. You definitely put in the groundwork. You're definitely consistent. But your guides and your ancestors also help you by siphoning whatever light and energy people around you try to siphon, and it gets brought back to you. And you get an influx of resources out of nowhere. You get some unexpected funds that you weren't expecting. You get someone in your life that wants to invest in you. And so, yes, you do get the energy that you put out back. It just doesn't come from the person that you may have wanted it from or the person that you expected it from. So people that leave you high and dry and leave you wounded after you've already invested their time, let them be. Let them go walk their merry self to the other side, because what's coming for them is going to leave them feeling embarrassed. So sometimes when you get dream messages or you see people in the dream state and you're like, I haven't talked to you in forever. Like, what do you want? They are so desperate to talk to you because they know that they can't reach you any other way. You're not going to pick up the phone. You're not going to answer any DMs. You're not going to answer any messages. You most likely won't even answer the door. So the only way in that they have is through the astrals. So yes, trust if you feel hopeless or you were lacking in faith or someone left you in that energy, however they feel is 10 times worse. You at least have healing abilities. You can re-heal yourself. You work on yourself. You put that love towards yourself. You've already been giving the keys of how to love yourself back into wholeness. Other people don't even have that kind of knowledge. That's why they have to go and try to take peace from other people. And you can't even sustain that type of energy. It doesn't last long. So the best thing to do is love yourself, take care of yourself, self-love, self-care, self-admiration. If in the past you were not in that energy, you may have attracted somebody that mirrored that behavior back to you. And it actually puts you in a place of where you needed to be anyways. So in the end, everything works out for you in the end. Everyone gets what they deserve in the end.